Most players try to brush the backspin ball first, trying to lift it over the net, but what if I told you that's wrong? In this video, you'll learn the advanced technique of hit first, then brush used by pros to generate crazy power and spin. Let's break it down with Coach Wang Kai.
Adjust the angle properly. Look at this angle, tell me, can you hit first and then brush? Yes, you can, right. See, I've given power to the ball. The ball itself is already loaded with power from Wang Kai, right? Then, in that instant, we add the brush. That's the feeling. Wang Kai will say it again. If you hit like this, you can't brush. If you hit like this, you can brush a lot. Some people ask, why hit first and then brush? They say, why not just brush directly in table tennis? Let me explain the key point. If you don't hit first and then brush, your shot won't have power. Look. Is this just brushing? You're brushing so thinly, just barely grazing the ball. Do you think your spin is strong? Not at all. Let me show you, see. Is this spin strong? No, it's useless. Watch how Wang Kai does it. Look, folks, see how I brush here. A light graze, does it have spin? No, right, so how do you add spin? You need to put power into the ball first, then graze it. That's why we hit first and then brush. After transferring power to the ball, we add a quick brush for spin. This way, your shot becomes effortless. Let me demonstrate, see, right? Here, let me show you two examples. Watch closely. First, I'll show you what it feels like to brush the entire time. Honestly, this feeling is wrong. When looping backspin, never use this method to lift the ball. Many people think looping backspin is just about brushing like crazy. But let me tell you, even if you brush with all your strength, you won't lift the ball. Know why? Because you're not giving the ball any power. You're not transferring force into the ball. That just doesn't work. Watch a small hit transfers power to the ball. Then I add the brush. Brush, now the ball spins. See? Isn't it simple? This ball need no constant brushing. Let me show you what constant brushing feels like. Grazing it, even if you're Hercules, you won't lift it. This is wrong. Just a tiny hit, and the ball pops up immediately. Watch. Because I gave the ball power. After power, add the brush, that's correct. Brushing the entire time is wrong. Look how much effort it takes barely lifting it. Again. This is wrong. Now, folks, watch after serving. The ball comes. Look, here no power, just brushing. You're not transferring force into the ball. Your brushing is pointless. Only after giving the ball power does brushing work. Again, effortless. Again.
过来，过来，过来。
大家觉得王凯老师教的好的，给王凯老师点点赞哦。
Isn't this effortless? If I want to smash, I just add a bit more power, drive forward, and boom, a completely different shot. Smash it. Does it feel like the backspin aren't enough? You might think they are, but this is the trick. I hit first. You're all just grazing, barely touching the ball. Look at your loops against backspin graze. Graze, graze. Does it work? You're adding spin, but without power, it's useless. Watch Coach Wang Kai transfer power into the ball first. Now the ball obeys me. Then I add a tiny brush, and it shoots out. That's the logic. Some still don't get the hitting angle, you can't hit flat. Keep your hand slightly below the ball. then hit.
好的，听懂的球友们公屏扣个一，没听懂的可以把你的问题扣在公屏上。
还是没太懂怎么撞，撞有角度，你这么撞不行，这么撞摩擦不了，不要平着撞。
That's the feeling. Imagine the ball is here, you find the right angle, then a quick brush sends it out. Power plus spin.
你找好这个角度，有这个角度之后，你马上擦一个小摩擦就出去了，有力量有摩擦，你这个角度就没。
If the angle's wrong, you'll just slap it away.
啪一板球，啪就让你拍出去了，是不是？来找好角度，手比球低一点，来。
Find the angle hand below the ball, hit, then brush. Feel it,
来，
folks.
兄弟们，要在拎水桶基础上啊。
And remember the lifting the water bottle drill. Let's recap.
上旋球水平在台子上面，整个人拿到水平。
For topspin, the bottle is above the table. Move your whole body, lift it, then swing forward. For backspin, the bottle is at your feet, shift your weight, lift, then swing forward. Master this framework first, then learn Wang Kai's hit first, brush later. Looping backspin becomes easy.
包括每次看我直播的兄弟们，我建议大家录个屏，录屏你学得更快。
If you truly understand lifting the bottle and hit first, brush later, type 1.
接着往下说啊。
好的，球友们，听懂的球友们公屏。
These are core techniques, most can't explain them, let alone execute.
水平也好，我说先装后磨也好，这两个你真听懂了，你扣个一，满屏都是一，我接着往下讲。我兄弟们，我跟你讲。
Some can explain but can't do it themselves. Right, folks? If yes, please hit the like and share button. Thanks.
能讲出来的自己做不到，是道理吗，兄弟们？
Just now someone asked what it means to hit first and then brush. Let me show you. This is the spin rate. You can see I'm using full swing to slow loop with the rubber. The spin is 84 RPS. I'm looping very slowly and with very large motions. This is looping with heavy spin. My spin rate is about this much. You should know. You can see I'm using full swing to loop with heavy spin, so the spin rate is roughly 70 to 80 RPS. Hitting first and then brushing. Look, when I loop with heavy spin, I can't hit anymore. Because how can you hit the ball after it's already left the racket when using the rubber? That's not scientifically correct. So remember, you must hit first and then brush. Look, after I hit and then add brushing, see what the spin rate of my shot is. Using the same full power. Look, 120 RPS. I didn't even use full power. See, with the same ball and the same power, one is adding brushing, and the other is hitting first and then brushing. The spin rates are different. So only hitting first and then brushing creates real spin. If you purely loop with heavy spin, there's some spin, but it lacks power. Understand, a truly good shot combines power and spin. So remember, you must hit first and then brush, only when you hit into the ball. Listen to 3 sounds.
是这个声音。
Hitting sounds like
我先
this.
我先摩擦，
Brushing sounds
是这
like
个声音。
this. First
我先
hitting
撞
and
击再
then
加摩
brushing
擦，
sounds like this, still the sound of hitting,
就是
but very
就是
spinning.
这个声音，还是撞击的声音，但是我非常转。
Some say brush first and then
有的
hit.
人说先
I
摩
don't
擦
know
再
how
撞
to
击
brush
啊，
first
我
and
不
then
知道
hit,
先
I
摩擦
can't
再
do
撞击
it.
我是做不出来的。
So this principle is wrong.
先摩擦
Understand?
再撞击怎么做出来，我也做不出来，所以这个原理是错的，大家懂吗？
我再跟大家补充一下啊，
Let me add
这个
something.
撞击啊，
This
不是
hitting
所谓
isn't
的
what
这么
you
去
might
撞击
think
然后
hitting
再去
like
摩
this
擦，这
and
种
then
不现实。
brushing.
其
That's
实我们正常拉
unrealistic.
球的时候，这种
When
板
we
根
loop
可以撞击
normally,
撞
this
击然后
racket
定
angle
时
can
的
also
同时
hit.
去加摩擦，手指手
Hit,
腕去
then
摩擦那
firmly
个球
press
而
and
不是
add
说让
brushing
撞击就
with
是
the
这么撞
fingers
击，然后
and
再去摩
wrist.
擦，这个不现实。
It's not about
明
hitting
白吗？
like this
不是
and then
不是
brushing.
不是
That's
这个意思。
unrealistic. Understand? Not like
是我
that.
们顶的时候会有，就能
When
顶
we
出来撞
press,
击，在
we
顶
can
的过
feel
程
the
当中
hit.
我们去加摩擦。
During the pressing process, we add brushing. Got it.
有人说应该是同时吧。
Someone
其实说得
said
也
it
没
should
错
be
对
simultaneous. That's not
你
wrong either.
你一定是在撞
Yes,
击的
you
基
must
础
have
上，你
hitting
才
as
能
the
加摩擦。
foundation before you can add
如果你在
brushing.
摩擦的
If
基
you
础上，
brush
你先摩
first,
擦，你
how
怎么
can
撞
you
击
hit?
呢？你得
The
有先
ball
撞
doesn't
击
fly
嘛，
off
因为
the
它
racket
球啊，
immediately,
它
it
不是
sinks
碰板
in
就飞
first.
它有一个
You
这
hit
个凹
into
进去
it,
的过
then
程。
as the
你
ball
先
is
撞
about
进
to
去以
leave,
后，
add
对吧？在
brushing.
球快出去
This
的时候
creates
加
a
上摩
very
擦，
high
这
quality
个球
shot.
质量非常
If you
好。
brush
如
first,
果你先
the
加
ball
摩擦，球
isn't
都没
even
撞在里
embedded
边
in the rubber,
对
it's
吧？已
already
经球已
left.
经出去了，你
How
怎么
can you
撞呢
hit？then?
跟大
Let
家
me
说一下啊，我
clarify.
刚才问一下，这
Someone
撞击哪
just
个位置
asked
跟你
where
拉
to
球的位置
hit.
是一样的。
It's
我
the
撞也
same
是撞
spot
这个
where
位
you
置，
loop.
拉也是拉
Hit
这
here,
做摩擦
loop
也是摩
here,
擦这个位
brush
置
here.
拉这儿
If you
包
brushed
皮
it thinly
就没法
here,
再撞
you
击
can't hit
拉这儿
anymore.
这
Brush
拉
here,
偏上去了。
and the ball
所以
will
说
fly off. So for forehand loops, whether looping backspin or topspin, it must be the upper middle part of the ball. Your racket angle must also be like this. Whether hitting, brushing, or pressing into the ball, it's all possible. It's not what you might think you're hitting and then brushing. If you purely hit and then try to add brushing, the ball will already be gone. It must be hitting while pressing into the ball, then adding brushing instantly upon contact. These two can be considered simultaneous, but the hitting must come first. If you go straight to brushing, you can't press into the ball.
If this tip helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more elite table tennis training. Drop a comment if you've tried this technique or if you're still brushing first.